Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everyone's doing well today. I came down here to the water just to be grounded, get a little meditation in, and listen to the water. Hear it. It's quite lovely. I was thinking about fishing, maybe putting a pole in the water and seeing what I can get out, but I haven't done that yet. I've just been sitting here, just relaxing for a little bit. But um, anyway, I'm just enjoying the time I have, hopefully moving into a new place soon. But just enjoying letting my brain relax and rest and trying to get myself back into full balance, right? That's what real peace is. But as this time has been passing, there's just some connections I've made which just seem so odd, right? Like, is it a coincidence? There are no coincidences. But when I first started my channel, I was on Nextdoor. I was putting some of my new stuff on Nextdoor, like about research, the vaccine, all that. And there was a lady that was on there that lived like maybe within 10 minutes from me, but we had conversed several times about news articles and her and just, how I came about the information, just getting to know one of my followers. Anyway, she was an older lady. And after like some time back and forth, I ended up meeting her. I went to her house and, we had like 2 hours of a conversation about my medical research and everything that I was talking about, and it was pretty cool. She was very nice. And she was telling me about, her life a little bit. She'd retired from Disney and her husband had passed away, just stuff like that. Okay. I don't remember too many details. It was mainly about the news research I was doing. But so I met her, never thought anything of it again. Okay. Well, I have a video on here and I am talking about the B&B when I was paying attention and aware of my surroundings and realized I was being followed to the B&B. So when I'm in there in the waiting area of that, like where the kiosk is, I was recording and I recorded the girl that had followed me there and the people in the B&B that knew each other. It was really strange, right? Go watch that video. But after that B&B visit, okay, I was led to an article to look up, and it led me to something in Prattville, Alabama, okay, of some missing girl. I never thought about it until recently. While I was reading that article, there was a connection made from this lady I met from, her being a follower of my news channel. How strange. The mother's name of the missing child in Prattville, Alabama, her name is Marie Stroud, okay? The lady I met from my news channel, right? She was just a follower, a fan. Her name was Marie Stroud. How interesting, huh? It may have no connection, but that is odd because while looking through more articles and reading about that situation, there is a vigil that happened. I think it was in 2001. There was a vigil they held for that girl, okay? And it was showing, people in the audience and stuff like that with their candle lit and everything. And as I was zooming in, I started noticing people in the vigil. Two people that I had met in the past 10 years. How strange. Then I was noticing people in there that looked so familiar as if I knew them. Now, why would I know people in that vigil? You know what I mean? The Lord led me to the article. It's so odd that I met someone with the same name, the mother of this missing child in Alabama. How weird, okay? I'm telling you, sometimes connections just make no sense. That's what I was saying, like the vast territory that this has spiritually taken over, whatever the situation is quite damning. It's like so large. It's almost difficult to comprehend. There's so many pieces and people that got pulled in and players and events and things like that. It's kind of sad, actually, to think that all these people would work against someone. It's just the craziest thing. And I just feel like that's ridiculous. But just, you see how God works? How he literally can make these connections? Like, I would have never even considered this lady's name from the article is also the same name of a lady I met that was an interested person in my news research. Huh. How crazy. I'll put the picture, I'll put the little section of the article, and I've underlined that name and I'll put a mark underneath the people from the vigil that I feel like I've either met in the past 10 years or just seem to recognize as if I know. They seem like a familiar face or something, okay? How interesting. So don't ignore signs, synchronicities, or connections that's being made, right? It may take years for several pieces to come together, or it could come together really quickly. It just depends on how important or how much information there is for you to process and register. But it's just quite intriguing to think in the past few weeks I was just going over like facts, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is the same name. How crazy. So don't ignore what you're feeling and what your body is telling you, because technically your nervous system, if you have that in line, your nervous system, your body is going to react before you see or your brain registers it, because you already feel it. Your body already feels it. It's like an antenna. So your body will tell you first before you see it or mentally understand it. So don't forget that, okay? So, yep. Alright, guys. Praises to the Most High. Nothing happens without Him. I love you. Have a good day.